I decided to write The Soul Tells a Story because I worked with writers so often at writers' conferences and workshops, and as an editor I work with writers all the time, and it became more and more clear to me that a lot of writers were really not that aware of their own process. And sometimes if you're not aware of your creative process, then you end up fighting it and you don't know that you're fighting yourself. I think a lot of us grow up with this idea that, the inspiration sort of descends upon us, or we wait for the muse to appear. And it's been my experience and the experience of most people who are working artists that the inspiration comes as you work. You sit down and you engage with the work, and that's when things begin to bubble up and the ideas come. But I use right brain, left brain to describe two different functions of the creative process, and you need both of them. The right brain is the more intuitive, emotional. A lot of people consider it the more creative part. When I'm writing and I can't write fast enough, I can't get the words down fast enough because it just keeps coming and coming and coming, my right brain is working. When I go back to that maybe 2 or 3 days from now and I start working with it and say, I don't even need that paragraph, when I'm going to work fixing things and really making it work, then that's the left brain working. And I have a saying that I use a lot in my workshops, and that is, you cannot control the process, but you must master your craft. Unless I learn how to use words and sentences and punctuation in the most effective ways, then I can have all the inspiration in the world, and I'm never going to do anything good with it. I believe as a Christian that when I create, I am tapping into creativity that really is God's creativity. I am most like God. I'm most reflecting that God-given image when I'm creating. I do very simple things like I have these little oil lamps, and I'll light a lamp before I start my writing time, because that kind of sets it apart for me as sacred time and space. The best prayer really is when you sit and listen. It's not just talking, saying, I need this, I need that. It's listening. And a creative person learns after a while that so much of what you need to do is just pay attention. For me, I walk a lot out in parks and woods, because to me being in the outdoors is it fills me up. I think the one thing I'd like people to take away from this book is the freedom to very intentionally engage with their creative gifts. Often we don't realize that we haven't said yes wholeheartedly to what we're gifted to do. We're afraid of it for some reason. We're not sure of ourselves. We think that unless we're an expert or that we become a best-selling author or something, that, there's no point in working with my gifts. We don't realize that our gifts have a place in everyday life. And I believe that joy and giftedness are very much connected. So I hope this book helps people connect with their own gifts in a joyful way.